come back. After taking about a week off from the site.
Thank you. Just... yeah.
No, I honestly had a really good time. Oh yeah, paying $10 to see... Oh, I'm not talking about the movie. Paying $10 to see you out of the corner of my eye, wanting to leave so bad.
I would have left as soon as the doll fucking scene started. Racial stereotypes are fun!
This movie, oh god, I needed some time to recharge and stuff and just take some days off from the site and just eat a lot of crap and watch a lot of I eat a lot of crap anyway, but I watch about like 2 or 3 days worth of Miami Vice just straight through.
Who doesn't eat that?
And now I'm like, okay, I got to get back to work. I've got the Sasquatch week thing to work on. I got a con next week and shit like that. And the first fucking thing I have to, I'm like, okay, I'm getting back to work, is fucking Haunted House 2.
There's nothing like the Atari game.
Maybe the first one is. I don't know. What do you fucking want me to say about this? Of course this movie sucks!
No, it taught us new terms, like incognito, for when a black person is hiding.
So that means...
yeah, like, hide under the sheet. Something is...
This was so bad! Oh my god!
It's like...
Do I even get mad about it?
No, it's more annoying than that. Sorry.
Yeah, this was obnoxious. This is single-handedly one of the most annoying movies I've sat through in Lord knows how long. I haven't seen... Full disclosure, I haven't seen the first one.
What was the Kevin Bacon movie they were making fun of? Because they always, like, ever since Scary... The one with the projector... Where he's got, it was the...
Sinister?
Or, not Kevin Bacon, I'm sorry.
Ethan Hawke?
Yes, I'm sorry.
You know that sweet game 6 Degrees of Ethan Hawke? Everyone from the 90s, you can link to Ethan Hawke.
The movie melted my mind and, like, cut the synapses of...
Oh yeah, this movie spoofs all the great found footage movies. Sinister, The Conjuring, Last Exorcism Part 2, you know, the one that wasn't a found footage movie.
There were a couple parts that, like, I mean, even you were like, huh, like, I mean, it's just one of those things where something's almost, like, okay, but then you don't even remember it because of how horrible everything else was.
There are a few parts in this movie, well, I'll admit it, yeah, there's a few parts in the movie that I did chuckle a little bit at, but they were this movie is so wildly inconsistent that the parts that did make me laugh are nothing like the majority of this movie.
And I can barely remember what they were because
I laughed
so bad.
I laughed at some of Marlon Wayans and Gabriel Iglesias' back and forths together. Yeah. Some of their back and forths were
screaming.
That's 90% of this movie.
Scream. Yeah, I know that I'm being annoying. That's
the whole movie. Yeah. They made an entire movie out of the sketch from In Living Color, which is a great sketch, and everyone should see this instead of going to see this movie. The sketch where Damon Wayans, it's a fake trailer for a movie, and it's Richard Pryor is scared for no reason. And it's just him going through the house getting scared at random things. That's a 3-minute sketch, and it is wildly funnier than anything in this movie. I don't even know what to say about this.
The chicken thing, that was kind of cool how it died. It went on forever, like literally Family Guy with him fighting a chicken, but how it finally, like...
It's in the trailer, the chicken thing, but yeah, when he slammed the egg down and said, "This is what I'm doing to your baby."
What I'm doing to your baby!
The egg down. When there were lines that were really quick like that, because that's what a lot of Marlon Wayans and Gabriel Iglesias' back and forths were, really kind of quick one-liners back and forth. They actually played well off of each other. That's 2 minutes of the whole fucking movie. The rest of it...
The creature goes on forever.
What the fuck was that? This whole movie is a collection of... They shot a bunch of... Okay, here's what this movie is. Apparently, if you just give Marlon Wayans a camera and tell him to make a movie in an afternoon, here's what you're gonna fucking get up here, because that's what this whole thing feels like. And it's like they shot a bunch of alternate takes for a bunch of lines, didn't know which ones to use, so they just used All of them. There's no... I can't tell you what this movie's about.
It even
I can't!
cuts. Like, as they're doing the takes, like, when somebody's going on forever, it literally cuts, and then it splits, kind of like if you were to cut in the middle of a vlog, that they have just been talking, and it literally, like, and they keep going on, and...
It's hard to say that this movie is even a found footage spoof, because half of the time it's... this isn't from the point of view of any...
No, they covered that because he put cameras in each and every crevice of the house. That's how they cover that.
That does not cover it,
I'm just saying.
Because there are places outside the house that they go to where there's no fucking hidden camera there. Where there's no... There's scenes... There's insert shots in the movie. There's scenes in the movie... The movie is only a found footage spoof when... I don't know.
When apart.
Yeah, kind of, when it's just spoofing, like... Well, not even spoofing, really. He's just walking around with the camera for no reason. And so some parts, yeah, he's walking around with the camera, but other parts, like when they're spoofing Sinister, even angles that they're using in that shit's filmed like a real movie. There's literally no spot where a camera could be. And look... That's
your problem with the movie?
No, it's not my only problem with the movie, but it's lazy. That's really fucking lazy.
Alright, that being said, because I saw it early, like, Scary Movie, and I think I saw Scary Movie 2, and that's kind of the extent, and I had seen pieces here and there when they would be, on in the background at people's houses, and, I mean, it felt like a fraction of what they used to do, and it was kind of like, oh my god, like a Scary Movie, and granted I was younger when I saw it, so maybe this appeals to a much younger audience, because I'm sitting there and the whole doll fucking shit that went on for a long time and the flashlights, like, way long time.
That's the problem, because there's no... Well, that right there sums up a lot of the problems with this movie. Marlon Wayans is not playing a character in this. I mean, I'm not saying he's playing himself, but what I'm saying is there's no consistency to... This guy is just... He's not a character. There's no consistency to anything he does. Sometimes he's perfectly normal, depending on what movie they're spoofing.
Right.
And then other times, he's a fucking madman.
Well, what I was trying to say is, back in the older, like, Scary Movie and stuff, that's kind of what the formula was, where it was, hey, we're spoofing this movie, this character acts like this in this part, now we're spoofing this movie, so the same character will act like that. So I get that with the whole cameras and the change of attitude, because that was formulaic of the original Scary Movies, but it was done better, and it was done without all of the crazy stuff that was
Scary Movie had... Yeah, sometimes they're spoofing Scream. Sometimes they spoof I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I'm just talking about the first Scary Movie. But the characters in that movie, yeah, they were dumb, but they had a consistency to them throughout the whole movie. You're just talking about the second one?
Well, like, starting with the second one, because the second one, they were spoofing The Haunting as the main movie, and then you had, like, other spoofs within Scary Movie 2, but Haunting was the main, and that's kind of what this felt like, where you had Sinister as the main, and then all of these mini-spoofs.
Was it really? Because there really is no main thing in this movie. It is just, sometimes it's about the doll, sometimes it's Sinister, sometimes it's The Conjuring. There was no...
Well, that's what I mean. I could see that it was like how they used to do it, but they lost it. Because formulaic-wise in the other movies, like way back in my day, they did it like that, but it was done better versus...
Well, yeah, like, because I seriously can't tell you what this fucking movie's about. There are just whole villains and plots that just go away in this. And it isn't that they're just simply spoofing a scene and then they drop it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this movie really has no main plot to it. Yeah, Scary Movie... if you like Scary Movie or not, whatever. But Scary Movie, I haven't seen it since it first came out. I remember liking it just fine. It was Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. But that all felt like it was at least part of the same fucking thing going on. When you had the Anna Faris character and the Baby Dick Guy and the Shawn Wayans and Marlon Wayans characters, throughout that movie, it felt like they were still playing the same character. This is not like that. Just suddenly he'll be fucking a doll for no reason. Out of nowhere!
No, it was a possession.
Sure it was. Oh, yeah, sure it was. No, because when he's fine at the end, he still tries fucking it.
What about that one evil doll movie he reviewed? Maybe it's spoofing that.
No,
Devil
it
Doll
was
from
spoofing
Hell.
The Conjuring.
I didn't see that.
It was spoofing the Abigail doll scenes from The Conjuring. The doll looked exactly the same. But like it's scenes where he's burying his dog and he's running around like an idiot, screaming and trying to bury himself. This is not a character. This is just a tool for just screaming throughout the whole movie, and when it calls for it, sometimes he acts like a normal guy, and then sometimes he'll just fuck a doll out of nowhere, and then it's not even consistent with that, because then later on, you didn't like the movie either.
No, I know, I'm just laughing because of how you're dissecting it.
I'm so look.
I'm not judging. I'm just looking.
If I didn't have to talk into a camera to review it, I wouldn't be talking about it this much because it really is a forgettable movie. But it doesn't. Okay, he fucks a doll, and then later on when then 10 minutes later when he's fucking his wife, he's weirded out because the doll is looking at. Really, you just fucked it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened in this.
Kind of dumbfounded. I don't really have anything to say.
That was pretty much Dave and Brian's review of the first one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they'd when the lens wasn't fogging up.
Racism is funny. But it's okay because you have anybody other than white making fun of the races, so it's okay.
Hey, you be nice to Jamie Presley. Jamie Presley is one of our finest black actresses.
Oh, yeah, was that Tia or Tamara Mowry that was like the girlfriend from the first one?
One of the many
she's in
plots that just dropped from this. This movie seriously has no plot.
To be fair, we didn't see the first one, and that was what the whole old girlfriend thing was. So that is confusing for probably other
I didn't
reasons.
say it was confusing. I just said that they did nothing with it in this movie. It was not confusing. I knew exactly what was going on in that scene.
I didn't mean confusing that way. I just meant in the realm of stuff that doesn't make sense. I'm sure there's more, even so, from that doesn't make sense than normal. Just because I'm sure there was whatever they had in the first one.
I don't think that any problem I have with this is because I didn't see the first one.
That's not what I'm saying. See, now you're making fun of me. That's not what I'm saying.
Do you want to go see the first one?
No. What I'm saying, you said, I don't even know what that, I'm just saying, well, that was from the first one.
No, I know it's from the first one. Of course I know it's from the first one. All I'm saying is it's just one of the many things that just simply dropped out of this movie. But
that's what I mean. Like, in the scary movies, when they started out, they were, whether you liked them or not, but they were, a cohesive, somewhat movie, as cohesive as they can be. And then as they went down with the sequels, this is what you get. And he even makes fun of it, saying, like, when are they gonna stop doing scary movies without the Wayans brothers? They're not funny. And I'm like, really?
Yeah. I simultaneously appreciated and wanted to mock that joke, because at the same time,
it's like, this is
those movies do suck. And I guess if you're gonna watch any of the scary movies, it might as well be the ones that they wrote, because... Okay, yeah, the first two were better than the others in that series. I'll give it that. They were better than the David Zucker ones. But...
The third one was The Signs, and that was the one where I stopped watching.
I didn't see the fourth. I didn't see the fourth one, but I said, no. The third one was the one with Signs and,
okay, that was the
8
last
Mile,
one I saw.
because sure. And then Zucker did the fourth one, which I remember the previews that had like Saw spoofs in it and stuff like that. But I think that might have been just the opening scene. But I did see the fifth one, which wasn't even David Zucker.
Which one was that?
Wait, maybe he wrote it. The fifth one, I saw that last year with Dave.
I'm gonna check time since we're gonna see Transcendence next. Or you've
I hear
already
that
seen
movie.
the preview for it.
I hear that movie sucks too, but
Okay, well,
it's
see,
having
it's-
come right out of fucking Haunted House 2. Like,
it was the best thing ever written.
all right, yeah, this is one of the best movies I've seen all year. Fuck.
It's,
as long as you go see a Marlon Wayans movie first.
It's 5 till 10, so we've got time.
Yeah, we got time.
But that's what I'm saying is I see remnants as if the dust had blown away what this had started off as. So I get the whole, hey, you've got your base movie, which is sinister, and then we're gonna make fun of random movies. Some aren't even horror movies. And it had like those few little tiny moments, like with the bug zappers with all the moths. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny because they just hung a bunch of bug zappers in a room. I thought
That was just one of the many scenes that just ended.
right. It was
like,
just kind of like, all right.
One of the, that just ends with us, not even a joke, really, just a, well, that happened,
solution.
and we fixed that, and then other scenes just end with him screaming and running out of the room, like, out of nowhere. Yeah, but in movies like that where, you know, of course they're spoofing a bunch of different things, yeah, but there was at least some kind of ongoing thread throughout it. This isn't. I don't even know if I would even say that this movie is just a series of sketches, because even that is making it seem like it has way more plot than it does, because it so doesn't at all.
I thought exactly, what you said, where it just seems like they said, okay, go with it, and they're rolling on the person, and then they just spliced it together for one overly long thing.
Oh god, yeah.
That was probably
yeah.
about at least 5 different times where you felt like that, where it was like, oh my god, is this going to end? So it's like, it maybe could have been a lot less painful if a lot of those stupid, pointless parts wouldn't have gone on, like they just let the camera roll for 5 minutes.
Sure.
Because I don't think it would have been, if each of the dumb parts did not go on for as long as they did, it wouldn't be poignantly as painful.
Yeah, I mean, those were the worst jokes of the movie, which are 90% of the jokes from the movie, whether it's Cedric the Entertainer talking for 10 minutes before he blows his head off, or
Spoiler.
he just... That was actually the best joke from Scary Movie 2, but they didn't use it in the actual movie. It was just in the previews where...
Was that the white people gonna die, I'm out of here?
No. Oh, yeah. White people gonna die. That was my favorite.
I don't know what you were talking about.
No.
Fun of me?
I just like the idea that would be my favorite joke in the movie.
No, where he's like, white people gonna die, we getting out of here.
Oh, you know that joke where they're like, you can't sneak up on brothers like that? That I saw 3 times in trailers before this movie. Did we stop with that joke, really? It was never funny to begin with. But anyway, no, in the trailer for Scary Movie 2, because in the first one, Sean Wayans turned out to be one of the bad guys. Mm-hmm. And then he's in the second one again, and there was a part where they're in school at the beginning of it, and Anna Faris says something like, oh my god, what are you doing here? And he's just, what? It's the sequel. She's like, oh, right, okay. And he's just there.
And that works fine for, the movies of that type, but that's what I mean. It's like they were nonsensical. Some stuff worked, some stuff did not, even in the early movies, but now it's just gotten to the point where, okay, just go crazy and we're gonna roll and we'll splice it together. Because even in the crazy nonsense parts that go on too long, it's not even a one take. It's like a vlog or whatever that is stopped and going to where they, split, and it's just going on and on.
Yeah, because, and which is kind of why when he made the joke about, let the Wayans write Scary Movie again, the new ones suck, blah, 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 and my other thought was, dude, this is, okay, yeah, the Scary Movies aren't very good. This is way worse.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
And that's saying something. I'm not disagreeing with you. And that's saying something. That's, like... that's saying something that this movie is worse than Scary Movie 5, because it is, and Scary Movie 5 was terrible. This has got to be worse than the first Haunted House. I don't know. Maybe this is a sequel that's better than the first one, but...
Well, we got to see clips, so if it's anything like those little gems...
Sure, yeah. I'll have to call Dave and Brian and tell them. But everything they said, though, everything that Dave and Brian said in their video for it. Just painted it as just really just nothing. Like that it was just in one ear and out the other and just really blah. This one, okay, sure, I'm not going to remember this much the next day, but
remember how you felt at this moment
it
right
was
now.
still really obnoxious to sit through it. It was insanely obnoxious. This is one of the most annoying movies I've seen in a long time.
Well, that's what I mean. It wouldn't be as painfully annoying if you didn't have each annoying part go on for, 5 minutes each. Because there's a difference between sitting through something and be like, well, that was something I just saw and it was bad, versus having to sit there, for 5 minutes while somebody fucks a doll and does insane things to it.
Marlon Wayans can be funny, as long as he's not writing it.
I want to clarify, when we're saying fucks a doll, we're not talking just, like, sex fucking. Like, I don't know, sex stuff.
Because I've fucked so many dolls.
No!
Well, there was the E.T. thing where I had
Okay.
sex with an E.T.
Yes,
costume.
see, so you understand fucking inanimate objects better than I. But no, he's doing, like, fucking, like, ass shit and
He's sticking the head in the ass.
Yeah.
And again, it's seriously out of nowhere.
And then they play on, like, the whole abusive, like, borderline abusive boyfriend cheating on
She's,
his
like,
woman,
stalking him.
and she's stalking him, and I'm like, if this wasn't a doll, it would be a little disturbing with this interaction if it was humanistic, but...
Yeah. At least in demo reel, the costume had context.
It did. It was pivotal to the plot.
Just really want a fucking E.T. costume.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go watch the demo reel spoof.
This was, I don't know what the fuck else to say about this. Marlon Wayans, he can be funny. I know that's not really a popular thing to say, but
I know you don't like him in Dungeons and Dragons, the movie, because of all
remember that movie.
Which-
But like I've seen him do dramatic work where he's really fucking good. Requiem for a Dream, he was good in that. I've seen comedies where I thought he was funny on In Living Color. I liked The Lady Killers. When I was a kid, I liked Mo Money. I'm afraid to see how that's aged.
I'm disappointed in all of the horrible parts that the audience was laughing at.
Well,
And
of course
I just wanted to be like, it's really not funny, guys.
They had fun.
I weep for the future.
I mean, the audience was... it was an audience of all, like, 12-year-old white kids.
Oh, no. There were, like, 4 or 5 little, like, there had to be 8 or 10 black kids, like, walking up the thing by themselves. So I don't know if they were going... Because that's when I turned to you, I was like, oh my god, there's, like, 8-year-olds here. It's like, that's what they need to see.
I thought you were going to end that sentence way racist. What? Oh my god, there's, like, a bunch of black kids here. I was like, where's this story going? Oh my god. Lady Irving.
Slaver J. I'm a different kind of mistress, sir. I have minions that handle my
it was
slaves.
when the theater when I was walking out, it was primarily like a bunch of 12-year-olds. You hear that? You don't have to fucking edit shit down to a PG-13. They'll get in. People under 17 will fucking get in.
And I mean, I know it just kind of disturbs me that there were little kids at that movie just because of some of the stuff in it.
I don't care.
And then
whatever.
people wonder how kids are getting corrupted nowadays. That scene was graphic.
Oh, the dolls.
Yes, like good fucking god.
It was, yeah, like, you know what, like, at least, which, when I walked in, it was really weird, because the theater was relatively crowded, which is sad for a lot of reasons, but...
It's not as crowded as I thought it would be.
It was about what I thought it was going to be. There were a lot of people there, but they were all, like, in the back half of the theater. Like, the front half of the theater was almost entirely empty, but I walked in and was like, did someone sit near the front and shit their pants, and now everyone's sitting towards the back? What the fuck? Okay, well, we got this whole area to ourselves, I guess. That was, I don't know why, I'm sorry, that just made me laugh. Like, if
Doing unthinkable, maybe it was a Mr. Popper's Penguins going on in the background.
There was a lot of giggling back there. Yeah, so our audience had a good time. If you're a 12-year-old white girl, you'll really like this movie. It's probably the same...
If you're a 12-year-old white girl, I want to call your parents.
It's probably the same audience that Dave and Brian got at all the Medea movies. Because that's what they said. They were like, oh yeah, it was all like 13, 14-year-old white girls in there. It was really weird.
That's weird.
Hmm?
I said that's weird.
There was a Medea joke in the movie.
There was. I don't
Which
remember
honestly,
what it was. I just remember it exists.
Like, it wasn't so much the joke. It was because like he runs into a bunch of women outside the church, in which Cedric the Entertainer stabs a man to death. What?
Well,
okay.
It was okay because it was a white priest, and so he didn't want to go to jail. And he only diddled little boys to laugh and make fun with the other priests, but he wasn't really into it.
I missed that. Maybe this movie did go in one year, not the other. I missed the pedophilia joke.
Really?
I was...
Well, no, they did that like a few times. He was talking about with the boys, and he's like, "No, I'm just kidding." Well,
I could
once,
barely
and the other guys
understand what he
talked.
was saying.
That's racist.
He was talking so fucking fast, and it kept cutting every third line that he had. So it's my fucking ADHD was kicking in. I couldn't really...
See, that's why I got it all, because I can talk really fast and understand when people talk really fast and know what they say.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was...
we do have to get going. We're about...
Okay. No, it was when they said they were going to go see the new Medea movie, and it was like starring Medea and the girl from Fresh Prince, and it was called Medea Goes to Mars.
Okay, I forgot about
This
that.
is not a real Medea movie, by the way.
It will
It's
be!
That image in my head, though, a Medea movie where she goes into space and in Mars. I would probably watch that one. What the fuck?
Bond. Oh, that was a thing too.
Oh,
and
comparing Medea to James Bond, that's just sacrilege.
I said, and they can reenact James Bond and go up there, Medea,
Moonraker?
please. Yeah, it'd be like Medea, Moon Medea. Medea Raker.
Medea Goes to Mars. I would watch that. What the fuck? What's she doing on Mars? I gotta go see this movie. Why are they saying... You know what? Actually, I'm all for her getting shot up into space.
Real quick, and it was on the previews, the whole Kardashians thing, and that went on, like, obviously for a while, but I don't understand, like, basically, were they just making fun of, like, dudes that the Kardashians have done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Bruce Jenner and all that. That's another thing about
I don't
this.
keep up with the whole poppy thing.
When you have a bunch of topical jokes and shit right there in your movie, that's just fucking lazy. That's just like, okay, we don't actually want this movie to stand any kind of test of time in any way, shape, or form. This is just, hey, maybe this will have a good opening weekend. We'll throw a bunch of topical jokes in there that no one's gonna get in a year.
It's because there's gonna be 6 more before it comes out.
Fucking probably.
It's like, no, it's okay. But yeah, we should get going to,
we gotta go see Transcendence.
Yes. Which I'm hoping will be at least interesting, if
well, it's
not.
gonna be better than the shit we just sat through.
Again, though, it's a 2-hour movie, and is this review going first, or are we doing Transcendence on the top?
Transcendence will be on the top.
Okay, so you probably already watched it, so...
Since it's the
Future
more popular
Jillian and
movie.
Brad, hopefully you had a good time. I need to not wear hats in these things anymore. I'm heated. Sneaky.
Alright.
I disappear into the shadows.
We're gonna go see Transcendence. Bye.